Well, Mr. Butler, before Rose gets into her interview with you and what you guys did today, I want to ask you: are there any other candidates? I still haven't heard of anyone.
My understanding, it's the mayor, the city mayor, and myself. So I'm not familiar with any other candidates. This is unprecedented in DC's history.
Yeah.
That at this point you have only 2 candidates.
Wow.
And the nominating petitions are released on January 26th. So if anyone's going to get in, they better do it soon.
Yeah. Right.
And let me say, I'd be remiss without acknowledging Black Rose. Thanks for having me again. And Miss Angela Taylor. I was with you guys this morning, and I'd rather be no other place but on Focus Radio.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yes, we love you to death, James. We love your compassion, your spirit. You're a leader.
Thank you
hear
so
me?
much.
We looking forward to you, DC together.
Thank you. I know we will make history in the district.
Yes, we will.
I
Yes, we
can
will.
promise you we will change the trajectory of the underserved failing to be served.
Right.
And we will ensure that the district begins to look at the least of these amongst us regarding homeless, the missing persons, changing the law regarding that. We're gonna get to the bottom
Yes.
of it. We're gonna start having serious conversations and stop pretending.
Exactly.
It's so important.
Exactly. Yes, indeed.
We might get on a little feelings when we're doing this. We might hurt some feelings, but I
Yeah.
don't care. That's how you change history, by hurting
Exactly.
them. You
By
know,
hurting some feelings.
this weekend,
change lives.
absolutely. This weekend's all about that. Dr. King said, "No, no, no. We are not satisfied. We will not be satisfied
Right.
till justice flows like raw water and righteousness like a mighty stream."
That's
And
right.
that's what we're saying.
That's right.
Absolutely. We're going to close
right.
these bridges of inequities.
I want to ask you, Mr. Butler. Some of your mentors, I love the way you speak. I hear Obama. No, honestly, like the style, the sweat. Some of your mentors, because I want to read some of those books or watch some of those films.
Well, I've got a few mentors and or people I look up to, including President Obama. I really admire the man, and I've said this about him. If the day he was elected, if he did nothing more than that, he did so much more for America than very few people in the history of America.
That's the truth.
Right.
You're absolutely
so
right.
he's one of my favorite historical people, certainly recent. Dr. King, this weekend memorializes Dr. King, and my heart is there. I mean, it almost brings me to tears every time I hear Dr. King, and knowing the time and with the strength and courage he had to live with. You understand that Dr. King was not an old man.
Right,
I believe when he did the I Have a Dream speech, I think he was 33 years old.
33 years old, exactly.
To think him leading a movement in America at only 33. To me, that sends chills up my spine just talking about it. And so those are a couple. Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. You have been a busy guy.
Yes.
Quite busy. I definitely want to say thank you. I couldn't make the event today, but I was definitely there in spirit and all day.
Oh, you was there.
I was there.
We were there. So here we go. You was there. You was there. Okay. What are you talking about?
The missing children in D.C., Mr. Butler. Mayor Butler. I'm going to call you that.
That's it.
That's right. Claim it. That's right.
Possess it.
That's right.
Every day I have been seeing new reports. Recently, we just had a 2-year-old missing from Southeast D.C. Her dad, they didn't report her dad missing, just her, but saying that the 2-year-old could be with the dad.
Dad, right.
A kidnap or custody battle.
Right. Most likely that's what that
sounds
means.
like.
Yeah. Some things you want to put into place to better the protocol for missing people.
Well, frankly, I think there's a lot that we can do. I think now when you have a missing persons case, it's after a certain amount of time, the police really don't elevate it until after a certain amount of time. And I think those critical hours are the most important one. For example, if we treated missing persons like potential homicide cases or homicide cases.
Oh my
we can
God,
put,
yes.
Rewards out. I think we'd be much better at finding these missing persons.
Yes.
And certainly the probability of finding them alive increases during those first critical hours.
Exactly.
So I really do believe that we need to take a close look at the law, and I know that under my administration we will. Because one thing we do know also, and this is what I mean, we've got to stop pretending. We know that black and brown people, when they go missing, it's not treated like a person that we would identify as white or other.
Right, exactly, yes.
All people need to be treated the same. All missing cases must be treated the same. And so we have to mandate, no matter where in the city a missing persons case occurs, that the police put the equal amount of effort as if that person was in Georgetown or the Palisades.
Right.
And yes,
yeah.
I did say it. I said it. And people I know are going to want to accuse me of dog whistling and being divisive for that. And I say so.
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely. Sometimes we need to talk real. And I talk about this, that in America, we thought we had moved to a certain place. Well, we learned where we were post-Obama years.
Exactly. And
I'll tell you
my
what,
God.
by learning where we are, we now can have a dialogue, but not just a dialogue, a real discussion about solutions.
Yes.
Until we do that, this country is going to have these deep wounds that are open and bare. I'm sorry.
Well, we have a president that's calling, countries shitholes.
Okay.
Come on now. Come on now. I mean, what type of,
I'm going to wait till you get off of this.
What?
I got a whole page.
What in the world? I mean, what in the
shameful.
world? It's shameful.
Beyond shameful.
I mean, he is he's a racist right in our face.
Yeah.
Right in our face, and he's saying it, and he gets no repercussions behind it.
That is because the squeaky wheel is the one that gets the grease. And as a community, we are not used to making that kind of noise. As we learned when we went down to the Senate building last time, people believe that they have to have an appointment to even to go in, not knowing that that is their building that they are paying for, and they can access any time between 7:30 in the morning and 8 o'clock at night.
Yes, indeed.
We got to get in folks' faces.
Yes, we
and
do.
work
Yes,
for you.
indeed.
Persistently consistent in doing that.
Absolutely right, Ms. Taylor. Our public and elected officials work for you. We got to hold them accountable. When they do bad things, when they make bad comments, we got to hold them accountable.
Right.
We got to be that squeaky wheel, like Ms. Taylor says.
Yes, indeed. Wait a minute, I got to give you this one because this is coming from where's Gretchen? Atlanta, Georgia.
Shout out to Atlanta ATL.
Yes, shout out to Gretchen Jeff. She said, Mr. Butler, it was so true what you just said and well spoken. If I were in D.C., you would have my vote. So,
all right.
Well, I greatly appreciate that. And if you want to donate, you can get onto our webpage at butlerformayor.com. We'd love your support.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, we were down at the D.C. General Homeless Shelter rallying for Relisha Rudd today. We had you out there. It was such an honor. And I just want to thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I really do, from taking time out to rally with us.
Yes.
This has been going on for too long. And we're just trying to get some fresh eyes and get some new leads to bring that baby home. Like, it's time for her to be found. She should have been found.
Absolutely.
It was just time to do something.
I'm so glad you did. And now you said it was an honor to have me there. It was an honor to be invited. It really was. To know you and the work that you all have advocated for missing persons, it is truly an honor to know you. And to call you all friends now.
Thank you so much.
And I say that from my heart.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Whatever I can do as mayor, I will continue to work for you all and for your causes. So, and this is this thing I really emphasize with a lot of people. When we take the Wilson building, you can't leave us. That's when the hard work really starts.
Exactly. Well, you're gonna have 3 frequent flyers right here. It's just something to do for us. You know what I'm saying? It really is.
Yeah.
It's really something to do with for us, because, like I said, we listen to our listeners and we try to go out and deliver. You know, so when we make these promises to them that we're going to address the concerns of the United States of America and that we're going to take the time out to go and get in these people's faces, that's exactly what we do.
Absolutely. We're right here in Washington.
Yeah, we're right here.
And they work
so
for us.
it's no excuse. You understand what I'm saying? It's no excuse. And that's how, you know, I mean, we need a change. We need a change for our people. We need a change, you know, for our country. You know, it's just so much going on, you know, that we have to take up and we have to stand up and take a stand, and we have to unite and try to do better.
You're 100%.
You know, as human beings.
Okay, let me interject something here. Charlene Kemp was at the rally this morning, and she's tuned in and is listening to
Shout out Charlene, thank you.
Yes, indeed. And she said, but they knew that before he was elected. And to you, Charlene, because he's not elected yet, we are working to get him in because he is definitely the better choice.
Right.
Haven't heard anything from Mayor Muriel Browser. But you told me, Rose, I don't know if Mr. Butler's familiar with this, something about the campaign money?
Yeah, she had, we were talking about that. Yeah, she just stopped it. You know, she stopped people from being able to, you know, get campaign money. You know, put this little,
I can tell you a little more about this. I've been following it all very closely. It's called the Fair Elections Bill. Now, this Fair Elections Bill basically tries to even out the playing field for candidates like myself that are not the known quantity and that may not have the name recognition that she does.
Right.
And what it would be is that the city would give tax dollars to candidates that may be a lesser known candidate. And they would give it in, I think, a 5-to-1 ratio. So what if you raised 1,000, the city would match it with, say, like 1,000.
Right.
Well, even though the estimated cost of that is $5 million to taxpayers, and the city's budget is $13.8 billion, she said that, oh, well, that's too much money. We could use that $5 million to hire more police officers or to do other things. Despite the overwhelming and unanimous passage, by DC Council, saying that they all approved it. They believe that the lesser known candidates should have this funding. Yes. But you know what? When you have your hands in the pockets of developers, when you're getting your money from people that call the shots in the city, of course you wouldn't want fair elections. Of course you wouldn't want tax money to go to a candidate like myself that might have less money than you.
So she's the chocolate Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, Miss Taylor, I told my campaign I will never personally attack her, so I will remain silent with that chocolate Donald Trump.
Oh my God!
But I am allowed to laugh.
Oh my God, man! Greatest radio show on earth, man.
It really is.
Tune in.
Oh my God, this is one of those moments that I was telling you I just want to crawl underneath the
We save that. We gotta save that.
Yeah, we gonna have to.
Donald Trump.
Yes, we gonna have to save that, and we gonna yes, exactly, exactly. We're gonna put that. We're gonna trademark that and patent that quote right there. Okay.
I'm a very visual
get
person.
That on
I can see the picture now.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna get some T-shirts and everything. Okay, I'm telling you, Jesus Christ. But yes, today it was.
Wow.
Oh my God. Yes, but today it was a great turnout. We had the family of Alicia Rudd there. We had Mr. Butler's campaign managers and everything. I mean, they came out and support. Even supporters of his came out to support the event. You know, when we first got down there to DC General Shelter, they was kind of like acting like they didn't know what was going on or whatever, you know, but I had to tell them, you know, Look, I done talked to this lady already. We done already got the go ahead.
Right.
But he didn't give us no problems after that. You know, he told us to go ahead out there. They wouldn't let people use the bathroom. They let Mr. Butler use the bathroom. I was happy at that. I'm like, okay, now, you want to have your future mayor out here, you know, and he has to go to the bathroom. Y'all not going to let him go to the bathroom? Okay, come on now.
That's the bad downside of drinking
Yeah.
of coffee.
Yes, but it was we had the Metropolitan Police Department out. We had the family of Relisha Rudd, you know. It was just nice.
Was Irma Rudd there?
No, he was supposed to have been sick, you know, or whatever, but you know, Antonio Wheeler was there.
Yeah, I seen Antonio.
Antonio was there, Melissa was there, her grandfather, Relisha Rudd's grandfather was there. Yeah, we had Channel 9. Shouts out to Channel 9. They always looking out for Focus Radio. They are great. They really support Focus Radio. You know what I'm saying? And we support them. You know, I mean, yeah. Thank you so much for coming out and you know, getting that footage and everything. But
I'm on TV tonight.
Yeah, yes indeed.
Yes. Channel 9 always catching these
yes.
those stories of the missing. 2.2 million viewers. Channel 9 has helped this
accumulate. Yes.
Yes. Now ain't going nowhere. Bringing Our Children Home segment right now underway. 301-477-2616 live now. Candidate for Mayor James Butler.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, yeah. So tell us what you got planned for DC.
We have a lot planned. Obviously, we know that DC is going in a direction that has, and it already is in a firm direction, where it's become a tale of two cities. Those that have and those that have not.
Oh,
so,
my God.
You know, some people might find it just a bit audacious that a lowly commissioner out of Ward 5 would run for the highest office in the city, but
say it again, Mr. Butler. What kind of commissioner out of Ward 5?
A lowly commissioner out of Ward 5. But I share with people that I find it urgent. I find it urgent that we nix this homeless issue.
Right.
And the only way you're going to deal with that issue, and I just came from the St. Elizabeth's homeless shelter on the St. Elizabeth's campus right before I came here. And several of the gentlemen asked me, they said, can we do better than this? I said, yeah, we can do better than this. But we got to want to do better than this.
Exactly.
And we got to want to do it. We got a $13.8 billion budget. But what's going to guide us in how to divvy this budget is our heart when we look after homeless people.
Yeah.
This city can do it. We have a three-tiered approach to ending homelessness, and I really do believe that this can be a great start. And this isn't all we plan to do, but the first approach is, we know that there are numerous churches and nonprofits in D.C.
Right.
If we can just get one church, one nonprofit, or I should say churches and nonprofits to adopt one homeless person each, see them if they've got behavioral or mental health issues, if they've got addiction issues, and see them through those processes, a roof over their head, and see them through an educational process, I can guarantee you that's an effective start to ending homelessness.
Right.
Second,
that is a great idea.
Thank you.
And Mr. Butler, and I'm going to let you finish, but I had to interject. Now you feel as though with homelessness, it's different levels. Now your homelessness, and we're going to rehabilitate you at the same time.
Absolutely, because I don't believe that someone's just homeless. I believe there's these causal issues of homelessness, and it goes far beyond this superficial belief that this person's lazy, so they're homeless.
Right.
It deals a lot more with crises, crises of either a battered woman, or crises of a mental or behavioral health issue, crises of an addiction. So we know that if you create this apparatus around the person, you don't just give them a roof over their head, but you see them through the process. The likelihood of them becoming homeless, again, is very slim. And in fact, they'll become a productive citizen and be able to promote the economy of the city. So it's common sense.
And especially since the churches don't have to give any accountability to the government, they got the money.
They're nonprofits.
Yeah,
they've got the money to do it.
But they don't have to give any accountability
to
the government.
I'm listening to this. Hold on. Mr. Butler, I I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you're plugged. I have something funny to say. We had the chocolate Donald Trump. Right? I'm gonna take that with me tonight. And Miss Sandra Massey says, "I'm not from DC, but the mayor act like she doesn't care about anything. She never had her head combed." So that thing was really loud about her.
Oh my God.
I don't know with the butter jokes.
Oh,
right? Once again, we are not biased.
No, we're not. We're just exactly.
And we support James Butler.
Exactly.
Because when we are, he supports Focus Radio.
Exactly.
Views and vision.
Exactly.
So that's who we support. We're not biased.
Not.
But she said
I am.
I've got a First Amendment right to laugh.
But I wanted to say that, Mr. Butler, I swear, bringing a lot of jokes here today. Sorry to cut you guys off, but back problem. To homelessness and the rehabilitation.
The second level of what we plan to do is do what was promised by this current administration. Replace DC General Homeless Shelter. It is a reproach not to do what you promised to do and have people living in deplorable conditions knowing the history of that.
Right.
We need to do that, and we need to keep our promises. Even if we have a different homeless shelter in all 8 wards, which this current administration backed off of when it was proposed.
Yeah.
Because people were saying, not in my backyard. Well, if you're part of the city, it's a give and take relationship.
Right.
You're going to have to give a little something. Especially if you're the first ones to complain about it. You're going to have to give a little bit here.
Exactly.
And again, this is going to be a tough time. We're going to have to make some tough decisions, but we're going to take a common sense approach to making our city better. So people better brace themselves and get ready. But in the long run, they will be happy with the good results that we do for the city.
Your thoughts on housing?
Okay, and I just want to finish the third part of ending homelessness is reducing the abatements going to big developers and putting some of that money, reallocating that money to end homelessness.
God, yes.
Reallocating it. Housing, I think DC has misunderstood housing. What we have is the use of affordable housing. All affordable housing is a misnomer. It's a pacifier that for-profit developers use to make themselves feel good.
Exactly.
The housing that they're providing is not affordable.
Right,
Affordable.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. The idea and the use of the terminology affordable housing is silly.
Right.
The only path forward in D.C. is to start a discussion and change the law around income-based housing. That's the only way that there will be a path forward for folks in D.C.
Right.
And we're going to change that discussion. I've already begun to talk with the big developers and change that discussion. We're about income-based housing. You're about a pacifier to make yourselves feel good.
Exactly.
But it stops right here.
Right.
It stops right here.
Good
No
God
more
Almighty.
Right. They said affordable housing, and you coming in as a single person, almost you have to make $60,000.
I thought it was 85.
Oh, it's 85?
It varies. I think some of it's 85 and some of it's 60.
I know the issues.
Affordable housing, right?
The issues with Arthur Capers. They told them people that their definition of affordable housing was $60,000 a year.
Right.
Even after they promised those people, that they were going to be able to move back in. Into Arthur Capers.
And they don't tell you that until after the
developers get his hand. Exactly.
Now you're displaced, and what do you do? Now you're displaced, and what do you do? It's
but
ridiculous.
Do you see the homelessness issue that they have going on down there in Southwest now?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. They building up all of that new crap around there.
Right.
And they have their homeless people sleeping in a goddamn, excuse my language, in a recreation center.
That's shameful. Our city, it's the nation's capital. We can do a lot better. We will
here's
do a
another
lot
thing
better.
too, Mr. Butler. If we direct those people, because again, those Senate and House buildings are public buildings, and though each and every office that we visited had something to eat, if we direct those homeless people to those buildings and they can go in any of those offices, because what happens in any state impacts every state, and just ask them the question, what are you going to do about homelessness? Have a seat and have something to eat. They can't put you out. But if
agree.
you get enough people going in there, I bet you that problem will be addressed.
I bet you it would be addressed. Exactly.
That's a good
I
point.
think I think God's going to be in the numbers.
Yeah.
I think if you send the masses in,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only way history has ever changed.
Right,
By a
exactly.
loud outcry.
Yeah.
With the mass of people.
With a
The
mass
only
of
way-
people, that's the
the only
truth.
way it's
Yeah.
ever done. Now we've got the social media today. It's a little bit easier to corral these people up and get them to talk to their elected officials.
Right.
They work for us. They work
Right,
for us. It's as
right.
simple as that.
Yeah, Susan Collins is from Maine, but she works for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, people are taking heed to that, you know, going down there and reaching out, you know, well, just reaching out to their elected officials. We were able to talk to the people in Atlanta and get them to do the same thing.
Right.
With, that was going great. That's been going great.
Yes.
You know, on behalf of Jamarian Robinson,
Right.
the 26-year-old man that was shot 76 times by U.S. Marshals down there. So when men focus throughout the idea, you know, of, you know, I mean, protesting works sometimes, and I'm not saying, I'm not saying that, you know, it's a time and a place for it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a time and a place for it. And most of the time when we do that, it does not get us nowhere. You know, I mean, we think it's getting us somewhere, to be honest with you, but it's really not.
Little noise.
I don't agree with that.
Because what they do is, it don't get, I feel, that's my opinion, you know, how I feel that it don't get us nowhere, because we really don't even get a chance to get anything done with them sending the police out to lock us up every time it goes down. Now, what me and Miss Angela did, you know, we was able to execute it with no problem. Those people offered us, you know, welcomed us into their offices with open arms, you know, so it was very, like I said, empowering to go and use our intelligentness, you know, is that a way I'm making it up? Okay. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Okay. I'm just going to add the nest on it, because, you know, we did, you know, I mean, it was refreshing. It was empowering to go down there and have those people's attention like that.
It really is.
You know?
I got to see the clips on Facebook.
Yeah. Protest.
Yeah.
Different form.
Just a different form, you
And
know?
the difference, I think, because we were talking a little bit about it in the car. When you write something down, people have a point of reference. When you
Right.
go down there and you just start hollering out, hey, you're going to get arrested.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. You don't have nothing that they can go back and look at. And you know what I'm saying? We know that we put those letters in those people's hands.
And we're going to do it again this week.
Yes, we are. We're going back on them.
Wonderful.
You know, we have a lot of stuff we gotta, you know, get something. We need to get heard.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's the only way that we're going to be able to do it.
Yeah. Visibility is credibility.
Yes,
That's how it
indeed.
is.
When I
Yes,
saw it, I
indeed.
said, I am so proud of you all. I really am.
We have Miss Massey once again. She said, you need to come to Maryland.
Yes, indeed.
DC homegrown, Miss Massey. It's all the same.
We had Miss Dornessa. She says she met with you a few days ago.
Yes,
and she said y'all had a very in-depth conversation, and he is for the little people. Very open to meeting and talking and to the constituents. Now, James, just as you asked us, let me see. Well, she thinks she was a wonderful guy. She got a whole paragraph down here.
Not impressed.
Yeah.
She's a wonderful lady.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed our discussion. And again, I want you to tell the viewers that I meet, I want them to stay around. They've got to stay close, because their ideas and help is what's going to propel us forward.
Right. You know, I tell everyone, you know, that you are very easy to walk up to and talk to. Very approachable. You know what I'm saying?
But all the elected officials should be.
Yeah. And he adapts. You know, he adapts. See, we don't have a lot of them. They can't adapt. You know, to the situation and what's
Remember
going
what
on.
we were listening to on the way over here?
Yeah.
He has mastered identifying personality.
Exactly. Yes, indeed.
He's a chameleon.
Yes, indeed. And that's the type of person that we need leading our city.
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that.
And I believe that, once you get out here and these people really get to know you, I believe that they're going to stand behind you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
And we need them to stay behind us.
Yes.
Accountability.
Absolutely.
And that's what I see in you. When you get into the office, you're going to work very hard to implement the plans that you have laid out. And if people will call your office, and somebody will be able to give them something back, give them an answer to something.
Absolutely.
Accountability, I see that. I see you. Your platform is one of responsibility. And
yes.
I think that once you get into office, you'll be accountable to your program. And I appreciate
that.
We
absolutely will.
Yeah.
We absolutely will. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. So tell us about the next event.
The next event is tomorrow. I'm speaking at a couple churches, and my memory is a little deficient on that, just because my schedule is fairly full.
Yes.
And now on Monday, we have a couple events.
Yes.
I think where the National Baptist Convention is installing its new leader. So I'll be at that. And then I get to go to Focus Radio event. I believe it's at
the No Answers, No Peace rally down in front of the Justice Department.
Absolutely.
That would be led by Miss Cook, Marty McMillan, the grandmother of Marty McMillan. It would be other people also would be there that have lost loved ones and due to violence and have missing family members out.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity to speak with Miss Cook the other day and offer her my condolences. My heart is still broken regarding her loss, and let's keep lifting her up in prayer and pray that God strengthens her.
It hurt me so bad, just seeing her going through, what she has been going through this whole, I have watched her, she's basically, I have seen her posts and her comments and all of that stuff when this first happened, but she just actually not too long ago started getting out in the forefront, voicing, the concerns, and how her grandson's case was handled. And, she's a powerful woman. A strong woman, and it really hurt my heart to see how she's been grieving the whole time. It's like she knew exactly what was going on with her grandson. She knew it, and she was absolutely right about it. And the fact that, I think, the police need to listen. They need to listen to these families a little bit more.
They have the best idea.
Exactly. Because I feel like this, we know our children.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? We know our loved ones. We know their routines, especially when they have routines. Absolutely. Her grandson lived in the house with her. So how in the world would she not know his routine?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So absolutely. If a parent is, and I know a lot of us can get, a little, get dramatic, but it's, it goes with the territory when you're talking about a missing loved one, absolutely. A missing grandchild, a missing child. You know what I'm saying? Your missing daughter or son. It can be, pretty. It can be pretty bad. And like I said, just seeing her going through all of that and knowing how her case was handled, they basically solved the whole case themselves in a sense. She found her grandson's car. They tracked the last person he talked to. They did all of that.
Absolutely.
And my whole thing is, when it comes to missing persons and the murdered, we need more funding. Yeah. We need more resources put in place for them. We need, when it's situations like Marty McMillan had, his family had, we need some resources to be deployed, to help them out. Like it's nowhere in the world that, they should not have checked, when they got a hit from his cell phone tower that they shouldn't have checked though, they got one close to where he was at. Where he was later found at. Mm-hmm. How come, it took so long
It's shameful. It really
You
is.
know, and I mean, suppose the construction workers never, went over there and did any work. He would still be there.
Absolutely.
He would still be there. I mean, what is wrong with that picture? It's just, it's just too much. We're going to have to fight. We're going to have to fight because this is an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing. It hurts my heart, because the police are not really talking to these people like the advocates and the activists are. We're in their lives. We become, like I told Miss Cooks today, like this is what you're going through has became part of my life.
Right.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not, I don't gain nothing from this, so I just want things to be different and better. For our missing and murder.
The change that you want to see.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I applaud you for that.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And I just want to thank you so much, from, going on this journey with us.
Well, you're very welcome.
Today. It was the, the first of many Relisha Rudd events.
Well, keep me in on it.
I sure will.
I'll be there.
I sure will.
It's my privilege and pleasure and an honor to be part of Focus Radio.
Thank you so much. So tell the people how they can get in touch with you.
You can reach me on my personal cell. You can call me at 202-677-3308. You can log on to our website at butler4mayor.com. You can email me at james@butler, the word for, mayor.com.
Thank you so much.
I'd love to talk with you. Sit down, do coffee, whatever. And I'd like to hear because my best ideas, my best solutions come from you all.
Thank you so much.
From we the people.
Yes. Thank you for listening.
We are the people.
We are the people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for making yourself available to us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah.
See Mayor. He gave you all his contact information. Please reach out if you have any suggestions on how to make the city better, and also get out and vote. Mr. Butler, what is the dates as far as voting, as far as the polls?
The date is June 19th of this year.
June 19th.
June 19th.
Okay.
Is that the primary or that the election?
That's the primary.
Yeah.
And it's 156 days away.
Yeah. All right. Now work it out.
So we don't have much time until we decide which way the city goes.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Heard it first right here on Focus Radio. And that wraps up the Stopping the Violence. Wraps up the Bringing Our Children Home segment featuring James Butler today. Great event. I want to thank you guys. I couldn't make it. I want to thank the Queens of the Den, Mrs. Angela Taylor, along with Black Rose. I want to thank you guys. We gave out also 2 coats to those in need.
Yes.
2 young ladies.
Yes.
So shout out to the young ladies keeping warm, and the Hulk and Company coats out there. That was a great thing. Also, to recap on this story, Relisha Rudd went missing in March of 2014 from the D.C. General Homeless Shelter and was last seen with 51-year-old janitor who was an employee at the homeless shelter, Khalil Tatum, who later killed his wife along with committing suicide himself. And his body was found in Kenilworth Park near the embankment where a lake is, actually. So they've had how many search parties now for Little Relisha?
I want to say
right?
3.
Three search parties.
3, yeah.
No sign of Relisha Rudd.
Yeah.
The more and more I dig deeper and deeper and deeper into this case, new information we found out, Rose, was that he wasn't found near a shed. He was found
inside. He was found inside of the shed, but it was over on the aquatic garden side. The aquatic garden side. Yeah.
So was this information that we had previously known to people, or we thought that he was? We put this out exactly detail where exactly he was at.
Yeah.
Now I know we did that interview with Deborah Alfaro, and she asked you, where do you think that she would be? And you spoke in that park. I would have thought that also.
Yeah.
We would have buried her somewhere near him.
Yes, I really believe that, because I mean, just the things that, that I have been, informed with this case. You know what I'm saying? It's just, he's a sick person.
Yeah.
He's a sick person, and, he preyed on that little girl. Wow. And if it could have been others that he could have gotten his monstrous street bastard claws into, he would have did that. Right. He was giving those kids money, and he was doing things that a person that called themselves loving, he should have been a little bit more loving working in a situation like that. But he basically preyed on those people.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
He preyed on those little girls. If it wouldn't have been Relisha, it would have been somebody else. Or if he could have gotten away with doing that to Relisha, it would have been somebody else.
Right.
And that's just what I see. And it's just sad that he was such a damn coward that he killed his wife and he killed himself, and he left us here with where's Relisha?
Right?
Where, all of these questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Update on Relisha Rudd. Still no signs of Relisha Rudd. My team, Focus Radio, today we're in front of DC General Homeless Shelter, along James Butler and his supporters, just rallying for Relisha Rudd, spreading awareness, just passing out flyers. A lot of people just showing compassion and still wondering where's Relisha Rudd, trying to bring closure to
her family,
to us, the family, everyone. Marty McMillan.
Yes.
We just spoke on Marty McMillan. And Felicia Cook, the grandmother of Marty McMillan, actually brought up a good idea. Well, maybe they should drain the pond.
Right.
As low as they can to see if
Right.
there's any evidence,
Right.
signs of Relisha Rudd.
Yeah.
So shout out and prayers and condolences go to Felicia Cook, the grandmother of Marty McMillan, also the mother and the father of Marty McMillan. This family, actually did their own investigation, found Marty's car.
They did the work.
I mean, they did everything.
They did the work.
They did everything. October 31st, his body was actually found. Not identified that it was Marty McMillan until...
Right. But listening to his mom, she knew it was him. She said that...
Cause they just identified him this week.
Yeah, they
they
just identified it as being him. They found the body on Suitland Parkway October the 30th.
Okay.
And actually it was found by construction workers, but they actually just identified it as being Marty William McMillan Jr.
Right.
Tuesday past.
Yeah.
After all of that time.
Wow.
Here's
one. Go ahead. No, because I know we get ready to wind up the show, but I would be remiss if we did not put a shout out there, because we are going to need some foot soldiers. We're going back down to Capitol Hill one day this week, and we need folks to either inbox Black Rose or inbox Angela Taylor at the 411 with Angela Taylor at gmail.com. Somebody who we're going to hand deliver letters to each and every United States senator, because if you even passed the news channel this week, you saw where the president had put his full racism costume on display. I tell folks every day, if it walks like a racist and talks like a racist, it's a racist. He has got to go. We cannot wait for, all the Republicans who are saying, well, I'm not going to run again. I'm not going to run again. Donald Trump is killing this country from the inside out.
He is.
And
he
the
is.
people have to put pressure on the senators to do something about it. And if we need to get in their face every week, then that's what we're going to do.
Exactly.
Something has got to change, because I don't know about you, I take this kind of stuff personally when he goes and talks to a leader from another country and he's representing me. And it's embarrassing. I do not embarrass easy. Donald Trump has embarrassed me, and I'm not taking it.
But to sit up there and say that about those Haitians.
Yeah.
And in 2008, those were the strongest people that I have ever seen in my life. When they had that earthquake there, and all of those people was buried under that rebel.
Yeah,
they actually took and they used their hands
to do that,
to dig those people from out of, you know what I'm saying?
But everybody cares, but it's just them few racists at the top who don't. And when they get out there and tell you, hey, the Mexicans are rapists, black folks are killers, what else he say?
There's all kinds of nonsense.
If you ain't white, you ain't right. And that is the premise upon which he makes policy and judgments on.
Right, exactly.
And when the book came out last week, and the reporter, I forget what his name was, said Donald Trump hates to read. You can tell that he hates to read because he never says anything substantive, ever. Go back and listen to the clips. He's either name calling or saying that something is beautiful and wonderful. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So again, we need some foot soldiers.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
for sure. Heard it first right here on Focus Radio. I want to send a shout out to all my Facebook lives. We have Daquan Ashton T. He said, I broke the Terrence Sterling case. He got murdered 6 feet in front of my car. I think he was murdered by the police also. He also says, Peace Fam. Peace Fam DC, he is the DJ of the Wu-Tang Clan. Wow.
Oh, wow. Go ahead, Wu-Tang. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love them. Hey.
Wu-Tang Clan, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Meth, Raekwon, Ghostface, the whole mob. RZA, Jizza, everybody. ODB, everybody. So he's a DJ. He said he is now plugged in to Focus Radio. I want to say what's up to Ali. What's going on, Ali? Thanks for tuning in to Focus Radio. Keeping me fresh. Deborah Bond, Sandra Yates Massey, Canada English, Mikhail Brooks, everybody. Denise, I can't name everyone, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We are here each and every Saturday starting at 6:15 p.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Download the free app, Hustle Firm Radio. I wanted to say something else, but I forgot what it was.
You got 3 minutes.
I forgot. Prayers and condolences go out to Felicia Cook for Marty McMillan.
Really?
Next week,
we have Darian Cole.
Darian
Cole,
right?
yes, he'll be in the building next week, and then on
he's the
advocate for the women's shelter that's been on the news,
right?
That was infested with the rats,
right?
Yes, indeed. So he'll be racing the studio. He'll be inside of the studio. That is January the 20th, and then February the 3rd we have the new Black Panther Party.
Yay!
We're going to be sitting down and we're going to get educated on the history of the start of the Black Panthers and what's going on with the new Black Panther movement of today.
Well, we can educate them.
Yes,
so we're going to copy of the Black History Jeopardy game.
Yes,
we got a section on that.
Yes, so we're going to have them. We're going to have them in the studio, and that is going to be February the 3rd. So tune in for that, y'all. Like I told y'all, we have a lot of educational, and we have a lot of education. We have a lot of gems to give to y'all this year. So tune in.
Tune in and take notes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Daquan left us with this note: racism is man-made. Racism has to stop. Period. Shout out to Daquan. Once again, Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes,
Wu-Tang Clan. DJ. Y'all already know what it is, man. Your host with the most focus field of Focus Radio. Want to thank all my listeners, followers, fans, supporters, family, and friends for tuning in.
Yes.
I want to thank the Queens of the Den, Angela Taylor. Follow her on Facebook. Rose Brown. Follow her on Facebook.
Yes, thank
I
y'all.
am Philip Hall, H-U-L-L.
Thank you,
on
lads.
Facebook. Shout out to James
Love
Butler
y'all.
for stopping through the booth today.
Yes,
and also, shout out to Tamara Mark Biz Williams, the sister of Mark Williams,
Warrior
Biz,
woman. That's right.
who lost his life to senseless violence in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, visiting family members, and it was 25 to 30 people outside. So 30,000 is out there.
Yes.
She just wants answers to find out what happened to her brother. Peep out the Facebook page all week, the IG page all week,
Yes.
YouTube all week, and just Google us, baby. Focus Radio, Google Angela Taylor. You can put in Black Rose, Rose Brown. You can put my name in. Everything will come up. Hashtag Hustle Firm Entertainment.
That's right.
In the building. Y'all already know what it is, man.
One
like I
more
said,
thing.
we'll be back. Yes, ma'am.
One
I'm
more
sorry.
thing. And I don't know what the Instagram thing is, but we put out some nuggets each and every day.
Yes.
There's some
Yes,
food for
yes,
thoughts and
yes.
some values
The
that you can live by.
411 with Angela
The
Taylor.
411 with Angela Taylor. Follow me on Instagram.
That's
And
right.
Daquan, I would love to come up there and chop it up with you guys. I know you probably are in New York, New Jersey, up top. So I think you want to come down. Well, however you come.
Just
let us
come.
know, man. FocusNews@gmail.com.
Good stuff.
PHOCUZ, and that's the word news@gmail.com. It's just that simple. And we out. Peace.
Thank you. Bye,
So
live.
that was a lie. For
Yes,
sure.
indeed.
Bye, Gretchen, by the rain. Oh.
Bye, y'all.
So speaking of this off, right? Like